Let's have a look at the game that is coming up tomorrow, 1st of October. This is also the month where the playoffs will start as of this weekend. The doubleheaders will start as of this weekend, but it's Punjab v Mumbai tomorrow in Abu Dhabi, which is the home ground for Mumbai. And let's have a look at the Mumbai team from the last game and see whether they would make any changes tomorrow. Polly?
Yeah, I doubt they'll make any changes. I mean, the one change they did make, Ishan Kishan, he was brilliant. So I don't think you'd leave him out, unless the surface looks completely different to what we've seen. But I think it's a big game for both teams, isn't it? Because they both had some real close encounters that they were on the wrong side of. And you don't want too many of those. You know, the strategy I used to be when I was around at Mumbai is, you don't want, if you have one bad over, make sure you get a really good bowler on in order to sort of just calm things down, because you don't want two bad overs. If you get two bad overs, it's almost like the momentum runs away with you. And it's the same with matches. You know, if you have a close encounter that you lose, you need to get back to winning ways as soon as possible. Otherwise, you can get into a bit of a habit and the momentum can be against you. So both teams will be feeling they need to get it right.
Yeah. Joy, Mumbai is not going to... I mean, Mumbai barely anyway tampers with their 11. They got Ishan Kishan in and... you'd sort of say that worked out. So this looks like a solid 11, and this looks like an 11 that perhaps will not see any changes.
No, absolutely. In fact, I was looking at this encounter and looking at it. It's like my Sleepless in Seattle kind of encounter. Both teams are heartbroken after situations that were completely out of their control. Super overs, matches they should have won, and they're all like heartbroken and say, can they find, one of them is going to find true love in the next match. But the fact of it is, both of them will be telling themselves, we were really hard done by. We should have won those matches. And that's the one reason that I see that they won't be changing teams, because they'll be telling the guys, you did it all. It was just one of those days. And it's just so surprising, because both those guys are, I sense, both look like playoff contenders right now, though they've lost a few matches. It's just incredible. And Punjab, for example, just look at the quality of the performances they've given. It's just that they've just not managed to get it across the line. So, it'll be a fascinating match. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow's match.
The only thing from Mumbai is they would like to see a performance from Quinton de Kock at the top of the order. He's a big player, and if he gets going and finds form, he can win you games on his own. So I think just to settle things down, it would be nice for him to get going.
Yeah, they'd want to get runs from both their openers actually, but Punjab doesn't seem to have that problem, because they're getting runs from both Rahul and Mayank. In fact, Mayank may be thinking, maybe I don't get runs and then my team wins, because me getting runs is going the other way. You got to feel for the kid, man. He is just in some rip-roaring form, Polly. And then to have two of those innings end up on a losing cause, heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's not ideal. In my one-day international career, I got 5 wickets, I think 5 or 6 times, and we lost 5 of those games. So maybe sometimes it's just better that you perform well, but don't have your big games. But I think from their perspective, I think they're going to have a management meeting just about the plans at the back end. It's twice now that they've cost themselves with the plans that they've looked to implement. KL Rahul's relatively young in the captaincy, and I think they need to have a clearer idea about what they're trying to do. The approach to Stoinis in the one match wasn't ideal, and then Tavatia's when he was basically done and dusted, to give him that opportunity to be able to smash it. I think they'll be licking their wounds, that bowling unit at the back end. So I think they need to come up with something crystal clear so that the guys can go away and have a bit of confidence heading into the back end of the innings.
And Mumbai prep of Shane Bond released a quote. Let's have a look at that and see what Shane Bond said in terms of prep. He said a lot, didn't he? We've got a quality bowling unit, so we just have to put pressure on Rahul and Mayank, who have been the 2 key batters for Punjab. Played brilliantly so far, so we can create some pressure and get those boys early. A little bit more pressure on the middle order, and hopefully we can restrict them. So essentially what Shane Bond is saying is that we've got to get these 2 kingpins, these 2 linchpins at the top, because, well, honestly, the rest haven't really got that much time in the middle.
No, but the truth of it is that in the last match, both Maxi and Nicholas Pooran got going. And that's in one sense that was great for them, because both of them had little cameos towards the end. 25. I think Puran got about 25 in about 12, 13 balls. I think Bond got about 15 odd. They've started batting, and it's an explosive unit out there. So my point is that both teams are, they both have the kind of explosive capacity. These two teams could potentially finish 1 and 2 still. I still believe these two teams have the talent to finish 1 and 2. The interesting thing is, exactly what Polly said, that Punjab is one of the most settled management teams that I've seen in a while from Punjab, because they're all over the place very often. They have Kumble out there, and Kumble knows the Karnataka boys upside down. Also, he's somebody who commands a lot of respect. He can speak to Ravi Vishnoy. They have Andy Flower there from, terrific guy, part of the England system for a very, very long time. They have Jonty Rhodes as fielding coach. They have a lot of good pieces who are guys people respect.
Yeah.
Come together and respect them. You're right, Polly. They probably need to do their jobs and calm this very young team down and make them start delivering.
Yeah, I mean, they're honestly callers that they should be 3 from 3. Both those games that they lost. If you had to have called it from 2 overs out, you would have said done and dusted, points in the bag. So, sometimes it can be difficult. And as you say, the experience of the management team should be healthy.
I think if any Punjab fan had thought, hey, it's late now, it's 18 overs in, I think I can sleep, my team has won. Tomorrow, stay awake till the last ball is bowled. Because your team needs your support. Well, I mean, it's 2 instances. You're so right, Paul. It's 2 instances of sort of bad luck or just a small spell of play going against them. And, it's got to fall towards them as well. That's just cricket karma, isn't it? It has to fall towards them. No, I am not making any South Africa dig here right now. No, I'm not. I really am not. I am just going to wrap it up like a really, really good boy.
Wrap it up. I think just wrap it up.
Like a good boy, I'm going to wrap it up.